because I'm about to. Um, Rick has a practice. He has many practices, but one of them is he'll spend a good amount of time, just sitting and thinking or lying down and thinking. And it didn't occur to me at the time, but later, after I returned, I thought back to our first guest episode of my podcast. I hosted a guy named Karl Deisseroth, who's probably the finest bioengineer on the planet. He's also a fully active clinician psychiatrist. He's got 5 children. He's one of these phenoms, that seems to be able to do everything. And he's a true genius. He went to school with medical school with Peter Attia and Paul Conti. They were all in the same class. Yeah. And I know him very well. He's a colleague of mine at Stanford, and everyone knows he's like the Michael Jordan of neuroscience, except he's still active. And that is not a statement about personality, just in terms of successful hit rate. And Karl described a practice that he does after he puts his kids to sleep, of where he deliberately sits completely still and forces himself to think in complete sentences. And this set off a light in my head when I realized Rick does a form of this and Karl does a form of this. If you read the new Elon Musk book, they talk about Elon doing a form of this. The great Richard Feynman, physicist, Nobel Prize winner, talked about going into flotation tanks and doing a form of this. Einstein did a form of this.